Uma Musume's global launch has been a huge success, but let's be honest, it has some hiccups on the way. And the dailies can be long and so click heavy, it can be very exhausting for an average player. It's missing some quality of life features that a newer Gacha game takes for granted. It all makes sense when you realize that Uma Musume is actually a 4 years old game that's ancient by Gacha standard. Fortunately, the JP server of Uma Musume has received numerous game-changing updates and can now stand toe-to-toe with the other new Gacha games. And it looks like Sidegame is actively working on the global server to expedite some of these updates ahead of schedule. Hello guys, Henry's here. In today's video, we'll be taking a sneak peek at the future of Uma Musume and what kind of updates do we have in store. I'll break down what's coming, what kind of features are we missing, and how long is it gonna take us for us to get those features, and one new feature that I'm most hyped for in the future. Now let's get started. First up, let's talk about quality of life updates that I'm most looking forward to. My number one pick is a skip button for the team trial. This cuts that all the tedious clicking and makes the team trial much faster. This feature was added in the first anniversary in JP and a half anniversary in Korea. For global, I'm hoping that we follow suit with the Korean server and get this update around the half anniversary, which I expect to be around November 2025, if my math is correct. A similar skip for daily race arrives 13 months after launch in JP and 12 months after launch in Korea. For global, it is likely to come around late March or early April 2026, tied to the first anniversary. Other quality of life updates include roulette skip, which will come around half anniversary, quest marker on the race schedule, a race track planner, which was added in the first anniversary in JP, and it lets you plan out all the races at once, and a full view of potential upgrade resources on a single page. This is how it looks like in the global server currently. These updates will slash the daily grind, reduce burnout, and let you focus on the gameplay that you actually enjoy in Uma Musume. They are key to keeping the game engaging and fun for the long haul. Next up is the feature that we are all waiting for, the guided career feature, aka Autoplay. This is a feature that Sidegame already confirmed that they're actively working on for the global server, and it's going to be a total game changer. Even in JP, it dropped on the 4th anniversary, which was February of 2025. So it's a very recent addition to the game. Here's how it works. It's basically an autoplay feature using the 3 AI goddesses. Yes, the same goddesses from the statue that you get the inspiration from the beginning of every run. The 3 goddesses are the Darly Arabian, Godolphin Barb, and Burly Turk. These 3 are known to be the godfather of the horse racing. These 3 goddesses will work as a 3 AI companion with specific presets that will train your Uma automatically to your liking. Darly Arabian focuses on balance training for max friendship training. Godolphin Barb will focus hunting for skill hints so you can maximize learning much skill as possible. Burly Turk will prioritize going on much optional race as possible for the stat increase, skill points, and fan increase. You can also freely customize the AI to your liking. Do you want the AI to automatically use the alarm clock when you lose the race? Pause for key choices during the run? Prioritize learning a specific skills? Pair this with the race tracker planner and you get the near hands-off experience. While this feature is not ideal for crafting the best PvP Umas that you will use for champions meeting, or even teams trial, but it will be perfect for spark farming and doing the dailies. This feature was so impactful that the JP player said, finally, Uma Musume has officially been released after 4 years of being in open beta. It's a must-have feature for the casual player, and also a huge time saver for the hardcore gamers for spark farming. Speaking of spark farming, the grind can be brutal, but these updates will make it easier. Daily friend borrow increased from 3 to 5. This was added 10 months after the launch in JP. Korean server had this feature from the very beginning. That means they had 5 borrow from the beginning while we only had 3. And currently JP has 15 borrows per day. That's 5 times more than what we have. I think we'll get this feature a little bit earlier than 10 months. We'll get this feature around the half anniversary, which will be October of this year. But finger crossed that we get this feature earlier. 3 is not even remotely close to being enough for spark farming. This feature is important because it really lessens the burden that the player has to do. Because instead of having to farm 2 different sets of amazing parents, we can just focus on one and we can borrow the other from other trainers. Spark reroll feature. This is probably one of the most important updates that we'll get in the future. If you get a bad spark after the run, you can reroll once by spending 30 TP or 10 carats. Basically, after finishing a career, after you get the initial spark, you get to roll another spark with the Uma you just trained. You can choose which one to keep as the final spark. This is a crazy feature. Basically, lessen the amount of run we have to do by half, because you can see 2 potential spark out of a single run. This feature get added into JP in 1.5 anniversary. Korean server actually got this update earlier in the first anniversary instead. And likely same for global. I think we'll get this update around the first anniversary patch. The Honsmoe currently has a date as February 10th, but I think this date is wrong. It will more likely be around March or April of 2026. And that's not all. At the 3rd anniversary, you get 2 extra reroll for 30 carats each. So including the reroll update that happened at the 1.5 anniversary, after you finish a run, you get the initial spark. Then you can spend 30 TP to see another spark. Then you can spend 30 carats to get another spark. And lastly, you can spend another 30 carats to see the final spark. In total, you can see 4 different sparks per career run by paying 30 TP and 60 carats. The carats can be free carat or paid carat. You can also just purchase a spark reroll pass, which costs 500 yen a month, or roughly around $3.40 in the US, for a free reroll for 30 days. Basically, you wouldn't have to pay the 30 TPs or the 60 jewel to see the 4 different sparks per run. As you can see after the run, you can see 4 sets of sparks, and you can choose which one to keep. I'm usually not a fan of getting a feature that's behind the paywall, but this feature is so significant and is reasonably priced that I'll purchase this pass day 1. Next is not actually a new feature, but an event that we'll be getting, and it's called Tachyon Sparks Laboratory. This limited time event, which happens every 2 to 3 months, starting at the 3rd anniversary patch, basically it works similar to the story event, where you earn EXP through different activities, and then using those EXP, you can purchase various resources. And the key item is this one over here, which is called Spark Research Report. What this item does is basically you can use it to upgrade the blue, red, or green sparks on your veterans Umas and raise the number of star. For example, over here, you can use one of the Spark Research Reports to increase the 2-star power spark into a 3-star. And every time we get this event, we'll get 3 of these reports. Do note that this feature only works for blue, red, or green sparks. It does not work on the white sparks. If you have a unit with lots of good white sparks, but have a low number of blue, red, or green sparks, don't send it to the glue factory yet. You might be able to use the report to raise the low number star into a 3-star. I'll cover this more when we get near the 3rd anniversary, which I believe will happen around July 2027. Next up is Spark Destination feature. This is a big one that was added in the 4th anniversary in JP. For 100 carat, you can lock and guarantee specific blue and red spark. The amount of star you get will still be random. But if you combine this with Tachyon Spark Laboratory, you'll be able to make your perfect Uma much faster than before. Similar to Spark Reroll Pass, there will be a separate Spark Destination Pass, which will cost 980 yens per month for unlimited use of this feature for 30 days. With these features, spark farming will become much easier, less stressful, and much faster than before. So you can focus less on spark farming and focus more on building your ace unit for champions meeting or team trials. Fortunately, these features won't hit the global server for at least 1 or 2 years. But I hope side games will be generous and add these features sooner rather than later. Phew, that was a lot to go over. Uma Musume's future is packed with updates to make your grind smoother and smart farming less soul crushing. Sure, it's frustrating that some of these weren't added into global from day 1, but side game isn't slacking neither. We got a room match, a landscape mode, and a jukebox right away from day 1. JP did not have these features from the beginning, and it took them a couple of months for them to get these features. And I believe that these expedited features were the big contributor to getting Uma Musume popular on the global server. Kakao, the publisher for Korean Uma Musume, was able to post some updates 6 to 9 months earlier than when it was first released in JP. So I'm positively optimistic that global will follow suit. If you found this video to be helpful, please don't forget to like and subscribe. This video took lots of research to make. If you want me to make more videos like this in the future, please let me know in the comment below. Which feature are you most hyped for? Team Trial Skip, Guided Career, Spark Destination? Drop in the comment below and I'll try to like and reply to as many comments as possible. If you haven't, check out my previous video on the Goshi Week special hijack event to prep for those juicy rewards. Thank you so much for watching and I hope you have a handsome day. Bye bye.